How's it going, everybody? My name is Josh from Elder Drunken Highlander, and today I'm coming to you with It Ain't Magic, our magic-related crafting series. We'll be doing a more advanced foil peel technique built off the last video, so if you haven't seen that or don't know how to foil peel a magic card, I recommend you watch that first. We'll be cutting out the art from this wretched camel and putting it over the text box and the art box of the Rescue from the Underworld in a 3D effect. In addition to the materials that you need in the last video, you'll also need some Mod Podge glue, which you can find relatively cheap at any craft or some big box stores. I use the gloss, but really any kind will do. You also need a paper towel or napkin and some paint brushes for the application of the glue. Just a few notes before I really get into it. First, a reminder that I speed up all the footage in these how-to videos in an effort to keep them as short and informative as possible, so don't feel the need to go as fast as I'm going, because even I don't go that fast. And lastly, I'll be giving away the card that I make at the end of this video, so details on that are in the description. So after cutting out your art and removing the paper on the back, you want to put it on top of your hard sleeve as a cutting board, and use your second sleeve as a guide. Cut around the borders, but avoid cutting the parts of the card that you want to stick out over the second art. In this case, I'm avoiding cutting the neck and mouth of my camel and its big ol' hump, because I want those parts to be popping out. Once we've got our border, we can begin to cut out around the parts that are sticking out, removing things as we go along. It's better to remove things in little pieces than one big chunk. Trust me, it's just going to be easier for you. Also, don't forget, slow and steady wins the race, and if you mess up, you can still reapply the part that you accidentally cut over using glue, so don't stress out. The only thing you can do to possibly ruin it is scratch the foil on the front, and even then that can sometimes look kind of cool. Now that we have our foil cut out, we're going to need to apply our Mod Podge glue. Take the plastic part and hold it carefully, applying just a little bit of Mod Podge onto the parts that'll be sticking out. You want to do this very carefully so as not to damage the card. Then, apply Mod Podge to the part of the card that you're going to be putting the art over. Again, you don't need a lot. A very small amount of Mod Podge will do, and less is more with this stuff. Now you're going to take your art and you're going to place it over on top of the card. It's much easier to adjust this way than with a glue stick. Smooth out the edges and any parts that might stick out. Then you're going to take your fingers and run them around the edge to get rid of any Mod Podge that may have oozed out of the sides there. Once that's all set, you're done. You're now the proud owner of a beautiful altered art foil. If you have any suggestions for what we should do in future craft videos, or any suggestions for what foil cards you want to see peeled, let us know in the comments. Should we keep the short form under 5 minutes format? Do you think we should continue to do budget crafts that don't cost a lot of money? Also, if you enjoyed this content and think it's worthwhile, share it with your friends, subscribe, or give us a like. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.